What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Sorry for the late video today, guys. This is kind of a all-in-one type video that I'm making for you. I've had a lot of questions. I wanted to get those answered for you. I wanted to show you what we still have and kind of go through what the plans are for everything. This is just kind of an extra video for you guys because I promised that I was going to make the Cadillac video, and unfortunately I was extremely sick yesterday. That's how this is going. One day I'm real sick, another day I seem to feel fine. Today I'm actually feeling pretty damn good, so I decided we're gonna get out here, we're gonna get some things done. So, let's start with the elephant in the room here. I know a lot of you are plenty excited about this. This is a 1966 Ford Galaxie XL. It's got a badge on the side that says 352, but if the listing was accurate, it's supposed to have a 390 under the hood. I don't know, man. I saw this, and I don't think we've ever had a classic Ford on the channel. And I did it, man. And believe it or not, this was stupid cheap. I mean, this was a really cheap car. I'm not going to tell you how much. You'll have to wait for the video for that. But this thing was crazy cheap. And it's supposed to run and drive, although I'll be honest with you, the amount of spider webs and cobwebs all over this thing makes me think that maybe. And then we've got the tires are completely, yeah. It's probably cheap for a reason. Anyway, the whole goal of this car was to show people that you can get in to your own classic car, your own little hot rod. If you want to get into something like this, you can get into it without a whole lot of money. I mean, that's, you know, depending on, I guess, where you're at in life. But in my opinion, this thing was stupid cheap. And if it runs and it drives and it's not completely rusted out, it came from New York, this may be a great deal, but stay tuned because I'll have that video coming for you this weekend. Next, my 2025 Ram. I've owned this for 1 week, so I'm getting ready to do a 1 week and 500 mile review. I've actually crossed over the 500 mile mark on this, which means this new Cummins is ready to tow. I found out a lot of information about this, and I thought I'd do a dedicated video where I can share all that information with you guys in case anybody out there is interested in buying a budget Ram 2500. This thing was $52,000, guys. A lot of people said they didn't believe me in the comment section. It's like, well, all you have to do is go to David Stanley website and you can see they've got tons of them. This wasn't the only one. They've got tons of this spec tradesman right here, 4x4, with the 12-inch screen, with adaptive cruise control and trailer brake controller built in and all the good stuff. For the same price, $52,000. And it's no BS because I bought it. I got it. It's literally right here. I still haven't cleaned it. It looks disgusting. But I didn't do that. It came to me that way. And honestly, I don't care. It's a work truck. That's all I use it for is work. So stay tuned. We'll do a video about that. Next is the cop car. This one, I really thought this one would do better. The video did not do nearly as good as I thought it would, and that leaves me trying to decide if it's worth actually spending the money on. I didn't have any big plans for this, other than probably an LED. Oh, I already bought the LED headlights. LED headlight conversion, I already bought them. Getting the headlights cleaned because they're filthy. The tires they're in great shape. I wanted to repaint it, and I think if I decide to go that route, I think I'm going to go all black. I think I'm going to make it just a really nice all black kind of undercover looking cop car, but we'll see. Again, and I got to get the windows retinted. This back window is trashed. You can see all the bubbles. And this one doesn't even have any tint. That tint is gone. Did it fall off? I thought it had some, but it was all tore up. Maybe that was this one. No, it fell off. That's what it was. That's what it was. I remember this one was all, so it's probably laying in the car somewhere. So no big deal. Windows need retint. But again, if the videos aren't going to do all that well, then it may not be worth it for me to take it in and get all that, get the repaint done, because that's going to cost a little bit of money. Next, the Cadillac 79 Coupe Deville. Yes, guys, we are getting on that car. In fact, that's on my list of videos to make today. Santa's Workshop wants to come out here. You know, he's a paint and body guy, and he said he thinks he can come out here and we can try to figure out how to make the new filler panels. I've got fiberglass panels. I don't know exactly how they go. I think I think you got to take the bumper off. I'm certain you got to take the bumper off to get to the filler panels. I just don't know where to go from there. These new filler panels don't have any holes in them, so obviously you see screws through here. There are like bolt holes back here. This piece is going to have to go inside of the filler panel to bolt into the trunk. So that's something I think we're going to have to figure out. It's a big deal because this makes a huge, huge difference, not only in the way the car looks, but the value of the car. If somebody sees this, they're not going to be willing to pay a whole bunch of money for that. All right. Then I need to send it to Mako and try to get them to hopefully just paint that, figure it out. I've got new hubcaps, all 4 of them, the wire wheels with the matching center caps and the leaf and everything. So, and I've got these as well, these new stands or brackets or whatever. We need to adjust the hood just a tad bit on the driver's side. And I thought this was just my car being off, but I've seen a lot of these old DeVilles where the hood is sitting up just like this. I mean, this is that's a good inch or so. That's got to be changed. I've also got new tires, and I've got a new carburetor. So we need to put tires on it. We need to put a new carburetor on it. And after that, I don't know. There may not be a whole lot more content on this car. We're thinking about possibly, maybe, sending this to Barrett-Jackson. Oh, probably. When are they going to Florida this year? I don't know. Either this year or next year. This one, depending on how it turns out, may end up going to Barrett-Jackson. Isn't this a 545? I can't remember. I've only messed with this car a couple times. Yeah, it's a 545. This one, you guys know the transmission is kind of in it. It doesn't like to go. I'm pretty sure it's just low on fluid, so that's not a big deal, but the car has hail damage. It's got a lot of hail damage. The window tint is failing. The hail damage is what really kills this one for me. It's a nice car. I think if we could get the fluid level right and make sure it's not leaking profusely from somewhere, this could be a decent daily driver for someone, but I don't think I'm going to go any further than that. I was going to put a repaint on it because the clear coat is failing in several places, but honestly, with all of this hail damage, there's no point. There's just no point. Nice car. I don't know. Maybe we can turn it into something that runs and drives. If so, great. If not, I'll probably just send this one right back to the auction to get rid of it. We've got the 08 or 09 Cadillac Deville, the DTS. This one needs a back bumper. The tire's flat. Well, these cars never get driven. It needs a back bumper. I've located one. I just haven't gotten around to going up to Tulsa and picking it up and bringing it down here. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a leaf. Okay. Well, something died on it. I actually daily drove this car for a while. This is a great car despite the North Star engine and despite what people tell you about it. This is a wonderful car. It runs and drives great. Cold air conditioning, good tires. They all match. It's relatively clean inside and out. So I'm not keeping this one. This is one I do intend on putting the color matched bumper on it and then sending down the road. There's no reason for me to keep it. I have absolutely no use for this car. This one is actually one of my favorites. This is a BMW 650, but I can't remember the year on this one. Not to save my life. Matching tires, nice convertible top. It's in great shape with the exception of the dashboard. These cars are notorious for the dashboards cracking all over the place. So it's actually quite ugly. But aside from that, car runs out and drives out absolutely great. It's a fun car. I've got a new taillight in the shop, and this bumper needs to be replaced. I have also sourced a bumper for this one. I just need to go to Lawton to pick it up, or McAllister or something. I don't remember. These are in 2 separate parts of the state. Okay, like the bumper for this is down here, and the bumper for the Cadillac is up here. So that's going to be a hell of a time driving. By the way, this is a clean title. That one's a clean title. In fact, all of these now are clean titles except for a select couple back there because I don't buy salvage cars anymore. Next, we've got my stupid cheap Hyundai. This is a Hyundai Accent. Low miles. Car runs and drives great. I don't remember if it had cold air conditioning or not. I only drove this car once, and it's been parked ever since, aside from moving it backwards to mow the grass. Other than that, this car has just been sitting. I really don't remember anything other than it's got hail damage, a little bit of damage back here, but it's a clear title, clean title, I should say. Not very pretty. and not something you'd probably really want to drive. But you know what I was thinking about with this one, and we'll have to see how things go. There are some cars that I could probably buy for really cheap that maybe I could give away to people in need. My dad had a saying, no good deed goes unpunished. But this is one of the things I was thinking about doing with my channel. Should we actually get a retail dealer's license? I don't think I can give cars away, even with a wholesale license. I don't think I'm allowed to. So we can't do it right now. But the thought was, you know, a car like this is not something I'm going to be able to make any money off of. I didn't pay much for it. You know, it's like 500 or 600 bucks. I don't have anything in it. And it runs out all right. I think we tried to get the AC going and it just never came to life. I honestly don't remember. And for a free car, it doesn't really matter, guys. So I thought, you know, maybe from time to time, we look at the auctions and we find some cheap little beaters, you know, beaters with heaters, little $500 cars. And maybe that's something we can give away to people that actually desperately need a car. But we got to make sure they can afford the car. You know what I mean? You can give somebody a car, but that doesn't do any good if they can't afford to put tags on it. That doesn't do any good if they can't afford to put insurance on it. You're going to get them in more trouble. I see some people out there doing this. They're like, oh, we're giving this car away. We're giving that car away. We're giving this car to a homeless person. And it's like, the intent is there. I see it. You're trying to do something good, and I respect that. But it goes deeper than that. Okay, because what happens if this homeless person that you just gave a car to, what happens if they never tag or title it, right? It's still in your name. It's in somebody's name. What happens if they hurt somebody, cause an accident, strike a pedestrian, hit a child on a bike, go on a rampage, you know, they go crazy on drugs or something and they kill somebody, God forbid. What happens? Are you partially liable? I mean, you shouldn't be, but legally, it's hard to say. You get the right lawyer in there, you might find yourself in a courtroom getting in a whole lot of trouble because you gave this car to somebody. Maybe they didn't have a valid license, right? And they didn't have insurance. My thing is if you can't afford a car, you may not actually be able to afford insurance and tags. So it's important to make sure, you know, before you do stuff like this, that the person you're giving it to can actually afford to be responsible with it so that innocent people don't end up getting hurt. And extra on top of that, the person that you're giving the car to, if they got pulled over and their tags are bad, they got no insurance, they're going to impound the car. You know what I mean? They're going to take the car away from them. Then what good did that do them? You know, it doesn't do any good. So it's important to find the right people to donate cars to. I think it's my opinion. We got the little Mazda Miata. This is a special edition. I don't remember why, but it's got a numbered plate inside. This one's, you know, it's been sitting a while out here, guys, and I don't know if I'm actually ever going to get to it. All we need to do, I think, is replace the air compressor, and this is a daily driver. Like that's all this car needs, and a good cleaning. It needs a good cleaning, it needs an air compressor, and this would be a great daily driver. This is, it says it's a 3rd generation limited, number 1315 out of 3500. Great tires, runs great. We drove it 10 miles, drives great, but the air compressor bearings are shot. I don't know if it's a hard job or not because I never got it on the lift. It's one of those cars just like the Accent over here and just like all of them, really. They've all ended up on the back burner while I'm working on the Impala. The Impala has been taking up a considerable amount of my time and, and money. Next, we got this Mustang. I don't think I'm going to do anything to this one at all. Nick drove this. He liked it, actually. He really enjoyed this car. This is one he was thinking about taking personally. Oh, I got a spider web on me. Great. Thinking about taking personally when he was picking out a car. Not the best, for sure, but it's definitely not a bad car. Convertible top. The top isn't in the greatest shape, but no matter how much rain we've gotten out here, this car has never been wet inside. Never been wet. And I mean, the top doesn't look great. I don't see where there's anything I can gain financially for making videos about this car. I don't think anything I do to it is going to make it worth any more money. It needs a battery. I'll do that. I'll put a battery. I would never give a car away with a bad battery or sell a car. I just don't do that, man. The last thing I want is somebody to get their new car and it doesn't start. You know what I mean? The Viper truck, this is one that we haven't shown on the channel in quite a while. It's filthy. It's just sitting out here sinking into the dirt. I mean, look at this. Look how this is sad. Honestly, it's got spider webs on it now. This is just what happens. This is going to Barrett Jackson. We'll see what happens over at Barrett. Oh, look at the spider webs just all over this thing. Wow. Okay. I guess it has been sitting out here a while. Don't worry, I'll get it cleaned up. I've had a lot of you asking about the old Escalade, man. I parked it over here, and I finally decided a few days ago, it's time to get rid of it. I'm not going to keep this, not going to happen. So what I've done is I've got a crew, a mobile detailing service is coming out here from Edmond, Oklahoma. I'll tell you more about them after they come out and I meet them, and they're wanting to handle all my cars for me, and they'll come out here and do the work. So if this works out, this would be great, man. They're gonna come out here and clean this thing up. I'm gonna go in the house and grab the third row seats and put them back in, and I'm sending this one down the road. Most likely, it's gonna go to ACV Auctions. I've actually already contacted them about a few cars, and they're supposed to be out here next week. By the way, today is the 5th. I'm filming this for you same day. I'm just late getting the video out. But this will probably be going up next week at ACV Auctions, and you know, as long as it brings a good number, I'll let it. I promise you this, it ain't going anywhere for less than $75. I paid more than $7,500 for it, and that was when it was broken on a red light. Now we know that it has driven thousands and thousands of miles. It's solid, it's reliable now. It's not leaking coolant, it's not misfiring. It's a great truck. So there's no way in hell I'm taking less than $7,500 for it. It's just not going to happen. It can sit here, and I know this is something that people say to sell cars. It'll sit here till it rots, but they don't actually mean it. I'm different though. If you don't believe me, just look around. Okay, I don't care if these cars sit here. They can sit here for 10 years. It doesn't bother me. I don't need the money bad enough to be like, I gotta get this moved. It's just not that big of a deal for me. Next, I've had a lot of people asking what's going on with the Corvette. So we left off with this car with a really disappointing problem, the brakes. I have not gotten back to this car. It has just sat here. I have not been able to get back to it and figure out what's going on with the brakes. This car has got a few other problems. We've got some lights on for like a ride control and ASR and some other crap. I don't know. Low mileage, less than 50,000 miles on this one. It was a flood car, but the water line doesn't look like it got very high. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, but we do have a module in the trunk that has been wet. It's very corroded, and I think it is a ride control module. That's really not a big deal. None of that stuff really matters. The problem with this car is the brakes sometimes they're great, and it'll happen out of nowhere. Like the brakes are fun. Like I would daily drive this thing, and then there's other times the brakes almost completely go away. They still work, but not well. And I can't figure out why, nor have I really taken the time to dig into it to figure out what it is. I've had some of you comment and say it could be some, oh, what the hell are you? Oh, it's a Beetle? Some of you has said it could be simply air in the lines. It may just need to be bled. That's a possibility. Others have said that it could be not the master cylinder. I mean, I guess it could be the master cylinder, right? It could be. Maybe it's the ABS pump, ABS module, I don't know. Others have said it's the, I forgot what it's called, the diaphragm, you know, that sucks the air and gives you power brakes. The brake booster. Some of you said it could be a brake booster. I'll be honest with you, I've never experienced anything quite like this before, so I don't know. I have no idea. Nor do I really know what I'm doing with this car. I got it for pretty cheap, and it's super low miles, and everybody knows the LT1 is a dead solid, reliable engine, man. I spent a lot of money on Michelin all-season Pilot Sport 4s, S's, I think is what they are. I spent a lot of money on tires alone. God, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm torn between both of these cars and what to do with both of them because they are very similar cars. This is like a 94, it's like a 95 or a 96. This one, though, is a manual. This is an automatic. Both are very fun to drive, although we've never driven this one other than around the block because it's got rotten tires and crappy wheels. I just don't trust taking this on the 10-mile drive yet. We'll get to that. This is a car I need to get back to because this could be a great car with a little bit of work. But first, it needs to go on the lift. It's got air suspension that goes flat and falls, and that could be a disaster to try to fix. It may be better to try to put a factory suspension on it. But first, we have to get it on the lift and get underneath it. It does air up. It will air up all the way. We need to get it on the lift and look and see what they did, how they modified. Did they cut and chop things? Because if they did, then this car may just be something you send down the road. I paid like $3,500 for it. LT1, it's got like 80,000 miles on it, and they did a clutch and pressure plate and throwout bearing. It sounds like a great car, man. It could be. This one, honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think I'll probably send this one down the road. Probably in the relatively near future, I'll send this one down the road. I've had several people asking about the old Saturn. I was really surprised so many people like the old Saturn View, man. This thing turned out to be a great car. I paid nothing for it. Nothing. Like, this was $300-400, something like that. This is another one that I think would be great to give away. This one has great tires and cold air conditioning. Manual transmission, so it should be fuel efficient. You shouldn't have to worry about transmission problems. I don't think the mileage was too crazy on it either. This is a good car. It's filthy. Does it say what the miles are? I can't read it. I don't know. It's probably digital. Look, even the battery's up. I put a brand new battery in this one. It doesn't smell bad either. The detail company that's coming out, this is one I'm going to have them clean up for me. I want them to make this look really good. This is something that obviously sat for, you know, a long time. They're going to try to clean all the mold, mildew, get the interior cleaned up. The clear coat has failed on it. But this is one I think I'm going to take over to Mako. And I think I'm going to let Mako hit this, just do a quick and dirty kind of spray and shoot, you know, sand and shoot or whatever on this, just to make it look good again. Bring it, you know, bring the color back and make it look respectable. After that, I don't know. If we got to figure out this dealership situation. I'm still working on that, but either give it away or this one's just going to go back to auction. The 97 Cobra with 11,000 miles on it. This thing runs and drives great. We've done so much work to this that this car is almost completely finished. This one's going to Barrett Jackson with us in October as well. Then of course, oh my God, I put this under the tree trying to protect it. Are you serious? What is all this? Oh, I hope Jason doesn't watch this video. Ooh. Oh my goodness, look at the spider web. Oh, there's a little spider right there. Look at the spider web here. Okay. That's got bird shit all. Oh my goodness. This is my Chrysler Prowler. Oh goodness. I think I'm gonna move this out from under the tree today. That's what I think. I put it under here because I thought with the covering of the tree, maybe it would help protect it from the weather and everything. I only have so much space. But then, I don't know, this is Mike's Maserati. It's looking like something maybe nesting on top of it. This is not mine, that's Mike's, so nothing to talk about there. Let's see what else we got over in the front of the house and in the shop. Let's start in the shop with, man, I'm a big fan of classic cars, guys. In case you can't tell, I really love them. 66 Chevy Impala with a 500 and, it's like 555, 560 horsepower. 406. She's come a long way, guys. She's still got a long way to go. Unfortunately, I can't make many videos about this car anymore, so I'm doing a lot of the work off camera because although I don't want to make it sound like the people that watch aren't worth me making a video. That's not what I'm trying to say. It comes down to money. It comes down to finances. Unfortunately, like, this is a business, and what it really comes down to is how much time does it take me to film and edit a video and then post the video, and then how much do I make on that video, because my labor is worth something. I have to get a return on it, and if enough people aren't watching it, it doesn't pay any money, which means all the time that I'm spending, try to understand it from a business perspective. If I spend, like, the other day I made a video about this car. I spent 6 hours out here working, okay? 6 hours. The video was like 35, 39 minutes, 6 hours worth of work. I did most of it off camera. Now, I try to make a video so you guys that enjoy the car get to see it as well, but you know, I kind of have to cut a lot of the work out and not do a lot of filming because it's just not worth the time in editing. Then I go home and I edit, you know, and it takes me an hour or so to edit, another 30, 40 minutes. Processing and uploading, and by the time you're done, you know, you've got at least 2 hours in it. I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning editing a video for you guys for the next day, and you know, the video tanks, which is normal, and I'm not even all that upset about it anymore. It's just the way it is. It seems like a lot of people just aren't interested in the Impala, and that's fine, you know, to each their own. But at the end of the day, you know, I have to make sure that I'm making enough money on the videos to justify the time it takes me to do the work, film, and edit. And in this particular car's case, you know, it's getting rough. But the good news is the car's getting close. The car is really close. We might, hell, we might make a video on this today. I don't know. Santa's going to come over and wants to do a little bit of work on the exhaust, tinker with it a little bit. We're talking about doing some cutouts, talking about throwing some cutouts on it. Maybe we'll do that. We still have to do the Holley Retro Bright headlights on it as well, because that was sponsored from Holley. And we need to take it out on a drive. That's what we never did. We didn't take it out on a drive with the new tires. I want to see how accurate the speedometer is, because we have new gears. In case it's not right, we can change the gears out. Although it doesn't really matter, because like I said before, I'm fairly certain we're going to ditch the Turbo 400 and go with the 700 R4. Next, outside of the shop. God, it feels good in here. The weather, even though it's gloomy, feels so nice, man. Feels so nice. And the shop it's so cold in there. I love it. Next, I think this is my last car for now. I am trying to get rid of some of these things. It's my 2021 Chevy Suburban that I daily drove and towed with. Like we took this to Indiana. Same thing with the Escalade. We took it to Indiana. In fact, I took the Escalade to Indiana a couple times. I've put about 5,000 miles on this SUV. This thing's phenomenal. It's got high mileage, like 193,000 miles on the odometer. Absolutely love it. I can't fault this truck. There's no warning lights, nothing wrong with it at all. Doesn't leak anything. AC's ice cold, like nothing. Even the body is in great shape. It's filthy, but even the body is in great shape. There's nothing at all wrong with this. This is one that I've got the detail company coming out for, I think this weekend. I think they're going to be here Sunday. They're going to come out and detail the heck out of this, make this thing look really good, because this is another one I'm going to throw up at the auction and get rid of. So that's it. And then, of course, the Dodge Charger. I guess I walked right past that one. This one really should get more video time, but it hasn't been giving me any problems lately. Of course, I'm not really driving it either, so that's a thing. I took it out for about a 40-mile drive the other day, which is, you know, nothing, but I took it to town out here in the middle of the country, and man, people were stopping and shooting pictures and videos. When I was driving, everybody was thumbs upping me. People seem to just love this car, and honestly, I love it too. I'm happy to see other people enjoying, you know, the quirky little modern twist on a throwback car from television, man. I thought it was a cool idea. I don't think anybody else has done it, and people seem to enjoy it. Now, we've gone through all of the cars out here. Why don't we go sit down in the house? It is getting kind of humid out here. And let me answer some of your most seen questions on the channel. So kind of an awkward angle here, I apologize, but I'm going to go on my YouTube studio here, and I'm going to look up your comments, and I'm going to try to answer some of them for you right here. Now, it is the 5th of September, okay? So I'm making this for you today. It is 12:05 right now, so forgive me. Video's coming out a little late today, but I still wanted to get something out for you guys. So I had someone ask if the dealership, that seems to be a big deal on everybody's mind. What's going on with the dealership? Because as you guys knew, I was waiting for one letter to submit to the state. Once I submitted that letter, that was supposed to be the end of it, aside from having them come out and do an inspection. Now, I know a lot of people looked around this place, and there's a lot of hateful commenters, a lot of hateful people out there. That's just part of doing YouTube. You get used to it. The house is a mess, okay? Someone said it looks like a hoarder's house, and I'm just like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, it's definitely cluttered. It's a little disorganized. This does not look like a hoarder's. I watched Hoarders for years, all right? Please, no, you're absolutely wrong about that. But anyway, I get what you guys are saying. The house is a mess, and it's supposed to be that way. I don't live here, guys. I have not lived here in 4.5 years. I don't remember. It's 5 or so years I haven't lived here. This is an overflow. It's a catch-all. Things from my uncle's house when my uncle passed away. Things from my grandparents and my uncle that were in that house are now here. Overflow stuff from my new house is all here. This is just a catch-all. Yes, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to clean it up because I agree with you. It looks like shit. I can accept that, okay? But as far as what's going on with the dealership, I wish I had news for you, because I'm a little shocked myself, because there is a person, all this is done electronically, and every time I do something that they tell me I need to do to complete my application, I have to upload it through email to a specific person. And every time I do, that person gets right back to me. I mean, they're quick. I'm impressed with Oklahoma. They're really quick. It's like boom, 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 done. Well, what's crazy is I sent this, the paper that I needed from the city of buyers. I sent this to them over a week ago. They didn't respond. So then I thought, sometimes just like mail, sometimes emails can get, poof, lost or whatever. So I sent them another one and I didn't hear anything back from them. Oh, hold on. Here it is. Never mind. This is why I like filming this stuff kind of live. I mean, this is happening live for me, but it's coming for you guys immediately. You're going to see this shortly after. I just now got an email from the state of Oklahoma, and it said, "Good morning. I did receive the letter, and I have it uploaded for the investigators to review. Sorry for the late response. I came back today from vacation." Okay, well, that makes sense. She was on vacation. Okay, so I guess it's not much of an update, but there's an update. The state got the letter. They have it. I am completely done, aside from them coming out here. And still, it's a 50-50 shot. They're either going to approve the house and say you're good to go, or they're not going to. And my entire future depends on that answer. I've never been in such a crazy situation in my life where one person is going to make one decision, and that decision is going to affect my entire life. And that's not a joke. I'm not embellishing. This will affect every decision I make from here on out, because I've had a lot of you ask, can I put an RV out here, like a camper trailer or an RV? No, you can't do that. It has to be a permanently fixed structure. Okay, it can't be a camper, an RV. It can't be anything like that. It has to be permanently fixed structure. I've had some of you mention, didn't Weird Beard operate his retail dealership out of a storage shed? Yes, he did. How he got away with that, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the person you get and their decision, and that's it. So yes, they could do it, because Weird Beard did not have and by the way, I'm not throwing any shade. I haven't heard or seen or said anything. I'm over the whole situation between me and Weird Beard. That's so far in the past. I'm so far removed from it. This is no shade. I'm simply trying to explain to you guys. He was running his dealership out of one of those small storage sheds that you get from Home Depot or something. And they let him do it. There was no walls inside or anything. It was just a bare shed. He put a desk in it, ran an extension cord from the trailer over to that, and he had a couple chairs and a printer and a computer. And that was it. And they approved it. Now they require a working bathroom. How did he get away with it? He got away with it because he told them that people could use the bathroom in the mobile home, which is a residence. And the state was okay with that. Now, again, no shade being thrown at all. None. I don't want anybody to get the wrong freaking idea and try to stir up drama where there isn't any. I'm just saying, I've seen comments from you guys mentioning that. And I wanted to clarify that, yes, sometimes you can do stuff like that and get away with it. It all just depends on the investigator that comes out, whether they like you or not, and ultimately what their decision is. They should then be able to come out here and approve this place, right? You would think so. But maybe not. Also, that's been years ago. Maybe they've changed things since then. I don't know. At the end of the day, we're still waiting. And if they don't approve this property, and no, you can't use a porta potty. I had a lot of you say, why don't you use a corner of your shop and put a porta potty? It doesn't work that way. It has to have a flushable working toilet with sewer lines and all of that, which means at a minimum, we'd have to put a mobile home out here, or even build a small building or something. We'd have to build something here with electricity and running water. Guys, I know that some of you think this stuff is cheap, but I mean, even a teeny tiny building would have to, you're talking about excavating, digging, power line. You have to have a new, we can't connect anything else to this property, to this house. This house is maxed out on its service with this in the shop. There's nothing else that can be added. So that means you need a new pole or a couple new poles and new lines running out here. Those could be thousands of dollars a piece. Okay. Then you need sewer. Sewer's got to be connected. So you got to tap into the sewer line. Water's got to be connected. You got to dig trenches and tap it. You see what I'm saying? We're talking easily tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm not doing it. It's not in my budget. I'm not going that far with this because I don't want this to begin with. So that means that if they come back and they say this, I will probably figure out a way to make things work out here for another year, maybe 2. But during that time, I'm going to be stacking money. I'm going to be actually focused on making more money. Right now, it's whatever. I'm not really focused on making a lot of money. I'm just focused on taking care of my family, paying my bills, and keeping content rolling for you guys. But should this go down the way that I hope it doesn't, I'm going to focus pretty heavily on making as much money as possible. And I will tell you right now, I'll probably be packing up and moving to another state. How about my health? How are things going? Guys, it is hit or miss. I can't believe that it's taken me till like the 18th of September to be able to get into a doctor. Now, I could go to an urgent care. I've had a lot of people tell me, go to urgent care, hurry. People are concerned it could be cancer, pancreatic cancer, stomach cancer. I've heard a lot of scary things from some of you, and I figured it was worth, shouting out those of you that left a comment about your experiences, even though some of them were really hard. I've heard comments about, an individual himself thought he was fine, found out he had like stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Another gentleman told me his wife had the same things, the same symptoms that I have. By the time she went to the doctor, it was too late. She passed away. I've heard you loud and clear, and it's absolutely scared me. I don't go to the doctor at all, but I do have a doctor's appointment. If things don't get better before the 16th, if I'm not feeling better, I am probably going to go to an urgent care and at least get a blood panel done just to, maybe see if there's anything there that could help figure out what's wrong with me. But it's hit or miss. Like, some days I might feel just fine and I seem to be able to eat okay. And then there's other days that I'm like, I can't stop throwing up. And the other one too. It's like both. It's bad. And during those days are the days I end up getting very weak. Like I'm so tired, I can barely get myself out of bed. And then I start feeling better. So I don't know, man. I've never had this happen. I'm hoping I'm just sick. Like, with something that will cure itself here in a few days. Hopefully you can tell I'm feeling great today. But you'll notice instead of drinking Dr. Pepper, I'm drinking water. As far as caffeine stuff goes, I'm staying away from caffeine mostly. And water, some Gatorade, and a tiny bit of tea from time to time. Yesterday I did have a Coke. Sue me. Okay, so there's the health stuff. What else is there? How's my uncle's house coming along? The exterior is practically completed. The interior rehab is beginning. I am going to be going up there to film some content for you guys next week. Okay, so stay tuned. There will be before and after of my uncle's house and my grandparents' house next week, where you can see where it started and you can see where the exterior has ended up. And I hope you guys like it. I think my grandparents would have really loved it, and my uncle as well. I think they'd be very happy with the way it came out. And as far as, spending tons of money on it, while that's frustrating and I wasn't prepared financially for this kind of a burden, at the end of the day, money comes and goes. And there's only one house that belonged to my grandparents and my uncle. At the end of the day, money be damned. That house is far more important. If I need to go into debt or something, hell, if I need to start a GoFundMe and beg people to help me, I will do that before I will sit there and be concerned about paying for the renovation. So that's what's going on with the house. Guys, if you've got any other questions, if there's anything that I wasn't able to answer in this video, drop a comment below. It is now 12:35, and I need to get this video edited and uploaded so you have a video for today. I tried to answer everything that I could. Most people are interested in my health and the car lot, and just kind of wondering, and can I sell this car? How much for this car? How much for the Cadillac Coupe Deville? Everybody's asking me about the Coupe Deville. As you guys hopefully know by now, I cannot sell to the public. Okay, you have to have a dealership, or you have to have a buddy with a dealership. You have to know somebody that will do the transaction. Basically, let's just keep it legal here. You have to know a dealer that will buy the car from me and then sell the car to you. How that works between you and your dealer friend or buddy or whatever, I don't care. Doesn't matter, but it has to be 100% legal. I'm not fucking around anymore, okay? I've already fucked around and found out. I ain't trying to find out anymore on that. You know, no, we're good. So how you guys work it out is between you and them. All I know is that a dealer has to buy it from me. Then you guys can work it out on your end afterwards. So if there's anything that you want to buy, you're interested in, you saw that's getting ready to go up for auction or something, well, holler at me, because seriously, these cars that I told you are going up for auction should be going up next week. I've got them being detailed this weekend, and then down the road they go. I'm going to get out of here. Drop your comments down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you again this weekend with a 79 Cadillac Deville. We're going to do some work on that, try to get it running, take it out for maybe a proper drive. Hell, we might even take it to town. That's like a 40-mile drive if we can get everything done today. Maybe take Santa out to dinner. I probably should be careful. I'm going to go out and eat and puke all over the place. Anyway, we'll figure it out. And then the 66 Galaxy 500, the cheap introduction to like hot rods. If you're new to classic cars and you just want something you can get into, well, I'm going to show you the upsides and the downsides of the whole thing with that 66 Ford Galaxy 500 XL. So stay tuned for that, all coming this weekend. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.